I just did a video on a Michigan law that was proposed that was draconic, and you know, by the GOP at that. And as it was just pointed out to me, there is this one for California that is just one signature away from becoming law in California.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's already
crazy.
starting. I mean,
And everything horrible that starts in California, it spreads in like a wave.
Yeah.
It's
It
true.
hops over the middle of the country a little bit, but
Am I allowed
it'll
to say
spread
this?
and then it'll.
That's because
east.
everybody in the Midwest and the center of the country has got shit to do. They're working,
Yeah.
so they come from like west to east, and we're like, what the fuck's going on?
I always think of California like the devil's asshole.
And the South will be the last to fall in line, but
No,
it will
the
get
South,
up eventually.
the South are actually doing it themselves, all on their own before anyone else, but they're putting their own twist onto it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
You didn't know about what Mississippi, the online censorship bill, this Mississippi passed is in
Oh,
place
shit.
now. That's why Blue Sky said, okay, we just won't have any Mississippi users. If you're in Mississippi, you cannot visit Blue Sky or have an account with them.
Oh,
Oh,
the horrors.
yeah, never mind. I know about that. Yeah,
That's how they do it.
that don't hurt my feelings.
Okay, I did.
Okay, well, they're not the only ones that, you know, took such a stance. I mean, by law, these companies have to a degree, to fit their censorship bill, and Mississippi's already done it. Alabama's in the process of doing their own. How good or how bad, I don't know. I'd have to look more into it. But Michigan, California, it's spreading.
Yeah, I'm
Mhm.
screwed.
I
Northeast.
really
I'm
don't.
screwed.
I don't like this. I like
Now,
this.
Well,
see,
the thing,
I was listening to Jay Viper
They-
today, and
they
I
know
was like,
everybody's
dude,
stuck
I
to a
can't even
screen
burp
now.
online anymore.
Yeah, they know everybody's stuck to a screen. It's like, how do we get them? They don't come out of their homes anymore. How do we control them?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, and-
let's get them through the screen.
You know, that wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing for the states to become very individual. And I mean, that was the original vision of these
Correct.
United States.
Yeah.
Is for states to have like a personality, and then let the people decide where they want to live.
Yes.
yeah, but
There's nothing wrong with that, right?
but you get these really backwards states that just gets
Okay, look,
weird with it. You know?
I can tell you, someone's been trapped in the South for decades. When I was younger, I wanted nothing more than to get out of the South. As I got older, I'm like, I'm the safest here, you know.
Isn't
But
that funny?
but the thing is if you're in the South, you cannot afford to leave. You simply cannot afford to even begin to leave.
yeah,
Right.
you're stuck.
That's
that's
why.
the
That's
thing
why.
with
That's why I want to
IT.
go back down south, because now I'm like, I think I can do this.
Don't go to Memphis. Don't go to Memphis. Mm-mm. Don't go to Memphis. I'm telling you.
No. I mean, Elijah, you know where I'm going, girl. We're getting the truck, and me and my team are headed to the wilds of Alaska. If not, you can find me in Tennessee.
Well, and I'm not talking about necessarily, I'm talking more of a larger picture societal experiment, you know, not necessarily stuff like that. I mean, we were not supposed to have a federal government that is so strong that it can tell every state that it has to conform to the federal government.
Yeah.
The federal government was set up to be a servant to the states.
That's true.
And that's what we need to get back to is the sovereignty starts with the individual, and the strongest government should be your local, and then the city, and then the state, and then the federal government should be the weakest of all.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Triple J Jr., what are you doing watching Hypnotic? He's one person. We're 8 people.
Yeah.
Of course, he's an anon. How can you trust him?
You know what we gotta do is we gotta talk really fast, like your game show host with a smart ass tone. Will be just like Hypnotic. Let's do it. Let's do it.
I can't.
Uh,
Even if I tried. I can't.
You gotta have that. You gotta have that
Dude
Puerto
could run
Rican
a game
energy.
show.
Look,
Yeah.
if we got all we got to do is get Dan on here, then we have that Puerto Rican energy, and we're good to go.
But see, that's the difference between me and Hypno. See, I got pug energy.
It's like,
It's different. I get short bursts of energy, and then I'm done.
Oh, that's so cute.
It's true. I can't help it. That's why me and pugs get along so good.
I got no energy because my energy comes with anger, and I avoid anger like everything. It's my own personal nemesis.
Well,
I got
there is
that energy.
truth to be had there.
But, you
what
know,
said.
I often thought, with the way things are going, it wouldn't surprise me a bit if the states of the United States start acting as their own country, to where you have to have like passports and things to go over the state line, which
That would
There,
hurt
you wanna
something
be
like
very bad
California, which
for
has
a lot
nothing
of
for
people
them.
that live on the line. You know,
Yeah.
the
Some-
lines to different states.
I heard
That'll be
some
very-
states aren't.
I
You
know.
need like a smart ID now, which has like
Oh,
a
really?
passport in it to even be able to fly to a different state.
Huh? I did
I
not
hate
know
that,
that.
dude. I hate the idea of that. Just
That
because
sounds
I
awful.
have to travel sometimes, and well, I have for years, and that's just an annoyance. That's bullshit. But at the same
No,
time,
you don't
I
see
wouldn't
the
be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if they were
I
like, no.
know it
you
was
know.
a while back, maybe a few years ago, but they were trying to enforce getting a blood sample from you when you cross the state line. They tried to enforce that for a while.
Nah, you ain't getting my DNA, motherfucker.
They already got it.
There's
They
the
get
issue.
it
I was
at
going to
the
say
I
they
know,
already
right?
got it.
I know, right?
They've already got it from either your military
Come
time
on.
or every time you go for a blood test.
Oh, they got it
Yeah.
everywhere. Yeah, dude, my DNA's everywhere. You guys ever heard of Poop Dollar?
Look, we don't
No.
want to hear about your
But-
private time.
Yeah, it comes out of the pot is your business.
Well, I personally think that would be the best thing that could happen to us is if the states do start acting like countries. Because as the further away a government gets from the people it's supposed to represent, the less representative that government becomes. And that's why we had that original design. And one stat that a lot of people probably don't realize, we had 3.9 million people in the United States in 1790. So we're at about 100 times that, which means governments should have gotten much smaller if it was going to have the same amount of representation and influence over the people throughout time. But we have the globalist agenda, which is pushing everything where they actually want to have one person running the entire world.
Yes. And I worry with that is that if we all went to our own individual city states or countries in the United States, that we would stop paying attention to the oversight of the federal government, which at this point they are such a massive entity and have their hands in everything across the world. We can't look away from that. We have to stay involved and make sure that we try at least to hold them accountable for the weird shit that goes on at the highest levels. Even though, yeah, we could have great rules and, I could move to Montana and, everything's great out there. It's, smooth rolling. But then that's what they want. They want us to kind of, hey, don't worry about us. We're not doing anything. Nah, get out of the shadow, motherfucker.
Yep.
Well, I think it's very important to keep an eye on everything, like the whole fucking globe. You need to stay informed as best
Okay,
as you
but
can.
have you ever known a protest or something that escalated from a protest to actually flip a law? Because I don't believe it's ever happened.
No, it's just a beautiful thing. Yeah, they make it up as like this. Look at these people; they're so brave, so strong, and then nothing comes of it.
Stupid.
Well, okay,
Yeah.
yeah, there's that point of view. Yeah, all these Antifa and all these, there's assholes wanting an excuse to wreck shit. But there's also the point of view of they let us think we have a say, that we have some power. We don't, and we as humans, we bicker back and forth. No, it should be this way. No, I'm behind this person, and for what? They're letting us
Yeah,
pretend. They're like, You know, they're like the little babies that you give something to keep them busy, but they have no power over
Yeah.
anything.
That's what
Yeah.
division is all about, and it works really well. I mean, look at the state of this world in the West. Look at it. It works. They're so busy fucking bickering like little children that nothing ever will happen. In the right sense.
Yeah, if anything happens, they're going to get a rubber ball in the dick. That's about it.
Yeah.
Oh,
I want to ask
Here's a good
something.
one. By file 13, my kid told me a joke today, and I'd like to share. How do you know you're at a gay barbecue? The hot dogs taste like shit.
Oh God.
Well, and on the control angle of it too, there. If you guys have ever seen Yuval Noah Harari, one of the big spokespeople for the World Economic Forum, he in one of his speeches said that in the future we won't even need to have votes because all of the AI will be able to estimate what the population would vote for if there was a vote, and so we can just do it that way.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah,
that sounds
I could see that
not at
future,
all
unfortunately.
Yeah.
And I still have a question. I was trying to ask for like minutes now. What
I
the
think she's
fuck?
still cracking up over that joke.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the,
but
the
Miss
joke was
Sparkle
really
says
good.
she's eating dinner right after that joke.
But I want to ask about
She
this
would be
smart
one to eat
ID
at a gay
thing.
barbecue.
Yeah.
Slay mentioned something like a smart ID. What the fuck really is it? Doesn't it require you to have a smartphone? Isn't that the real issue? That's
No.
Not necessarily. I mean, a smart ID could just contain more information than your
It's a
typical ID.
yeah. It's a new
okay.
chipped
I want
ID.
to know.
Like
Okay,
on your
I want to know.
passport or your ID has to have like it comes with like a gold star, which is the moniker for you're good to go. And but there may be an additional chip added into the plastic.
Well, what it is it's a reimagination of what they tried to push during the COVID with the COVID passports. They want a universal ID that is worldwide, and that's just one more step towards globalism.
Yeah, I don't like it. I mean, I like the fact that we are now connected online. I'm here in Austria speaking to mostly Americans most of the time. But I also speak to people from all around the globe, and I kind of like that. But globalism itself is the devil. It's really no good. I really don't want that, like
Well, this
at
is
all.
interesting. What Valerian said, Grok AI is now part of the federal government. It just won the contract, which is no surprise, seeing how, you know, Musk and Trump are buddy, but also the fact that Musk has all the money, basically.
Yeah, well, I always suspected that all the rift that we saw between Elon Musk and Trump was just a way to help Elon extract himself from the situation he was in at the time.
Yeah,
But
I
they're still working together.
Yeah.
I mean, they attacked the fucking Teslas all across the fucking country. He really got some heat from the tards. So I would claim that that is very much likely to be the case.